What's up, film nerds? Welcome to the Flix Capacitor podcast, hosted by myself, Bro McCloskey, also known as Bro and the Movie Maker on TikTok, and
Me.
what the fuck?
Parker. It's me, Parker.
This episode is something very, very special because Parker and I each picked a movie for the other person to watch that the other person hadn't seen. So, yeah. So upon Parker's request, I watched The Social Network, as you can see from my background, if you're watching this. And then
I watched Aliens, the potentially superior sequel to Alien.
yes, sir, one of my favorite movies of all time. So now that we have both seen these movies, we are going to speak our very honest opinions on them, on these two movies that have absolutely nothing to do with each other.
That's right. And we haven't talked to each other about how we feel about these movies yet. We've kept it a secret between each other. All right, let's do Aliens first. It's fresh in my mind-ish.
Before we do...
Oh, wait, no, we have a lot of stuff to do.
Yeah,
you're right. We have stuff to do.
So, first of all, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever is out.
Yes. Rest in peace, Mr. Chadwick Boseman.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. That is a celebrity death that actually made me cry. One of the rare celebrity deaths that actually made me cry.
Yeah, and I don't know what I mean. Like, you know, my introduction to him was Black Panther, and I've now seen more of his movies since, but
right,
I didn't know who he was before 2016, and so that's why it's like, why is this so sad? But I think it's just because even though I didn't know him, he seemed like a genuinely good human being. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
from what I saw,
even though he didn't have like the biggest, I mean, obviously he had done more than the MCU, but he had such a bright future. You know, he had so much potential.
Yeah.
On being an actor, and I was so excited to see him in other stuff, and I was absolutely heartbroken when the news broke out.
Yeah. It's been 2 years now almost. I mean, no, it's over 2 years now. About a year and a half, 2.5 years now.
I remember where I was when I found out.
I was right here. I was sitting in this chair, actually.
Yeah.
Did you? I recently watched 42, where he plays Jackie Robinson. You seen that one?
Yep, that's a great one,
dude.
That is a
it was
great
really
movie.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah. He just seemed like a really genuinely great person. I think he just seemed like a really heartwarming human, and that maybe that's just why it hurt so many people. You know.
Yeah.
Also hurt other people for different reasons. Like Black Panther, the first one, is a very important movie for obvious reasons. So it's hurtful to a lot of different people for different reasons. But yeah.
Right. For the movie itself, first of all, I do want to say I think the movie handled his passing very well.
Yeah. Agreed.
I can't think of any ways that they could have done it better. I think. Yeah. And I think Ryan Coogler had a lot on his plate, and he served it very well.
That is like the most ridiculously difficult task to have to accomplish. I mean, because the script for the second one was already done before Chadwick Boseman had passed away. Mm-hmm. So, we're ready to, we're sending the script to Disney so they can do the revisions, and we're going to start shooting. 2 weeks later, oh no, we're not doing that anymore. So, I mean, you have to completely rework your movie, while keeping the fans happy, respecting who Chadwick was, and respecting his family and the story. I can't imagine, to be honest.
Yeah. Another positive thing about the movie is Shuri. I think Shuri carried this movie.
Yeah, for sure. I agree. I think Angela Bassett, is that how you say her name? The mom?
Angela Bassett, yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What's her name? Yeah, she was like incredible in this movie.
Yes.
She was good in the first one. Of course. She was great in the first one, but she had more to do in this one, as did honestly everyone, because now the side characters are the main characters, which another difficult task to deal with, I'm sure. Winston Duke was great as M'Baku. Yeah. Yep. He was great.
I wish we saw more of him, but yep.
I agree. I like you said, I think Shuri was great.
Namor,
considering everything.
yeah, Namor or Namor in the movie.
Yeah.
Little underwhelming.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad at all. It's just I was expecting a lot more. I don't know why. I guess that's probably just my fault. I don't know. I was expecting more from him.
At least they didn't kill him. At least they're gonna do more with him. You know.
Yes. I'm very. I thought he died when that happened, and so I was like, damn.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Well, I mean, first Black Panther has like one of the top 5 best villains in the MCU, and they killed him immediately, which sucks.
I know.
It super sucks because I mean Michael B. Jordan as Killmonger and in general is just so good. So
yeah.
But yeah, Namor was just like a little underwhelming. There were a few underwhelming things in general about the movie. I think it was a little too long. I think they could have shaved off 15 to half an hour, to be honest. There was it was a little bloated, but I think they juggled everything pretty well. I liked Ironheart. I think she's good.
I liked her a lot more than I thought I was going to.
Yeah. I think the helmet looks awful. Did you see that when the helmet comes out? It looks like a Power Ranger. It looks terrible. But we'll do a deep dive into every MCU movie at some point, so we won't say much more. But if you haven't seen it, go see it. It's good.
I do think, like, really quick, someone asked me if it was better than Black Adam, and I said, like, yes, as a movie, it's better than Black Adam, but Black Adam has much more rewatchability.
Yeah, I would agree. Like, Wakanda Forever is a special movie in terms of like what it had to be, so it's not as rewatchable as the Avengers or this and this and this, because it's honestly also a heavier movie than the rest of the MCU, just because of, I mean, everything they had to do. You know?
It's definitely one of the highs of Phase 4. Because there have been a lot of lows of Phase 4, and it's one of the few highs. It's up there with Spider-Man and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, with Phase 4, it's like they're branching out, and I am glad, but they're still figuring out how to do it well. You know what I mean? Yeah. They're trying different things, but a lot of the different things they're not good at because they've done a certain thing for 10, 15 years now, you know?
Right.
But yeah, we'll talk more about the MCU at some point. We have movie news for the week.
Movie news.
What? Do you want to do mine first or yours first?
You can go first.
I have 2.
Okay.
The first one is not super surprising or exciting, but it's The Rock and James Gunn apparently are having like a creative clash because The Rock wants more focus on Black Adam than Superman, which is just insane.
Oh my god! Oh, Dwayne.
I know. I mean, like Dwayne. he wants like the BACU, like he wants the Black Adam cinematic universe. He doesn't care. Yeah, I mean, he wants The Rock to be front and center. Not surprising, but I'm glad James Gunn is probably like, no, fuck you. I'm not. Yeah. Superman is, you know.
James Gunn
second is really. Yeah, I'm sure he will. And Sylvester Stallone said he would definitely come back as King Shark. That's new, which is exciting, incredible. And my second is sad. Kevin Conroy passed away.
Will always be the best Batman. Always.
Yeah, that was out of nowhere because I didn't know it was a short battle with cancer apparently.
I remember literally Friday. He died on Thursday and it was announced on Friday, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Just that morning, I just remember opening up Instagram and I saw a picture of him and I was like, my boy Kevin. Then I read the caption and I was like, no.
Do you see what Mark Hamill posted?
Just a picture of them hugging.
Yeah, like what he said about him, dude. That sucks. And he was only 66.
I know. You know? I know. Yeah,
he was very old.
Apparently also he was the first Batman actor to give a different voice for Bruce Wayne in Batman.
Yeah. I mean, Michael Keaton like kind of did, but it wasn't like like super distinguishable, you know.
Yeah, like Kevin Conroy, for Bruce Wayne it was just his voice, and then for when he put on the cowl it was, you know, the voice that we know and love.
But his Bruce Wayne was like the front, which is interesting. Like he was like like a civilian talking, like a regular kind of guy, which I thought is great. The animated series is like some of the best Batman stuff we've ever gotten.
The animated series molded Batman into what he is today.
Yeah, absolutely.
We would not have Batman like that. Not only for him, but for his rogues gallery too. Added so much story to his rogues and stuff.
Without the animated series, there's no Harley Quinn. You know.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that like Batman 89 and then Batman the Animated Series are like arguably the most influential Batman media out there, because like Batman 89 started live like the Batman stuff being dark after the Dark Knight Returns came out.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. But we'll talk. We'll get more into Batman another day.
Yeah.
What's your movie news?
Yeah, quick movie news. Okay. Do you know who Sean Levy is?
Oh, I know the name. Why do I know the name?
Okay, he's the director of the Night at the Museum trilogy. He's the director of Real Steel.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he's the director of. He's directing Deadpool 3. He's he's directed a bunch of Stranger Things episodes. Actually, Stranger Things is he's the one that helped the Duffer Brothers build Stranger Things into what it is.
Oh, he does like kind of like curly black hair ish kind of guy. I know who you're talking about.
He directed Free Guy. He directed The Atom Project.
Ooh, good.
Overall, he's a good director.
He's got some solid. I love Night at the Museum. The first one's great.
Yeah, the second one's pretty. I haven't seen the third, but the second one's pretty good.
I don't really remember the second one, but I believe you.
But news is Lucasfilm is talking to him about directing a Star Wars movie, which my god, I think he's a great pick.
It's exciting.
Yeah, I think you do great. I'm very excited to see if they do it and if like what era he's directing. I probably wouldn't want him to direct like Old Republic era, just because I want that to be a super dark movie, and I don't want. Well, even though he's directed Stranger Things, and Stranger Things gets pretty damn dark.
Yeah, it does.
So,
dude, I was kind of an off topic, but I was watching season 4 of Stranger Things, and I was like, oh man, I was listening to music from I forget Michael and someone else, I forget their names, and I was like, they need to score Tron 3 because Daft Punk is dead, and Tron Legacy score is phenomenal, but it's the same kind of thing as the Stranger Things score. So like they absolutely should score Tron 3. Super random. But is that the only movie news you had, or no?
I think so, yeah.
Cool. Good stuff. All right.
Yes.
Did you... Oh! I want to talk about this kind of quickly. You watched Barbarian for the first time recently.
Yes, I did. I've seen it twice already.
Holy shit, dude. That movie, it's arguably my second favorite of the year.
I think it's like my fifth.
I love that movie.
It was really fucking good. The fact that I had no idea what it was about made it 10 times better.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Because you go into it thinking, Bill Skarsgård is like this weird bad guy who's luring her here, right? And I'm sure that's what the point was to try to, like, because he was a little off, a little weird. Mm-hmm. Oh, I don't know where my phone is. I'm here on accident, like that kind of thing. Like, and so you think, he's something weird has happened.
A lot of red flags.
Yeah.
A lot of red flags.
And dude, like, I would give $100 to anyone who could guess a single plot point in that movie, to be honest.
I know.
Because, oh my, like that first shot where the mama comes running up at Bill Skarsgård and then smashes his head against the wall, dude. Oh my, and then immediately cuts to Justin Long driving, which is just
and he's
so,
just singing with his top
good.
Down.
Dude, Justin Long is so good. Like the scene where he's measuring out like all the shit downstairs, and he's just like so stoked that he's gonna make a bunch of money off of it.
Right.
Oh my god. Dude.
Right.
I love that movie, and it's now getting a physical release, which is nice. It wasn't originally getting a physical release. It is now.
I will definitely buy it on 4K. I really, really enjoyed it.
Oh my god, dude. Yeah. I love it. And Mama was actually played by a man. I don't know if you knew that.
Oh yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
Yeah. Great movie. Fantastic. Yep. All right.
into the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll do Aliens first because I watched it more. I watched it before you watched The Social Network, so we'll do Aliens first. My short introduction into where I found these movies, I guess, was I'd never seen any of them until May 2021, and I finally watched the first Alien. And I thought it was good. I thought it was like, oh, that's really great movie. Probably like I give it an 8 out of 10. I don't remember it a ton. It's been a year and a half, but I do need to rewatch it. But I think I enjoyed Aliens a little bit more.
Yeah,
I think
there's no wrong answer on whether you prefer Alien or Aliens. There's really no wrong answer because it comes down to what do you prefer more, horror or action?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I prefer action. Action is like one over horror. For my favorite genres, I would say action, then horror is right behind it. And so, yeah, I think Aliens is also. What did you think of how they handled Ripley's character? Because she didn't have a whole lot of characterization in the first movie, but in this one, there's so much more.
It's hard because I don't super remember the first one. I remember the big moments, but I don't. I need to rewatch it soon. I love her. Sigourney Weaver is just so good in this movie.
Yes.
And
she was nominated for an Oscar for this
really?
movie.
That's cool.
Yep.
It's cool because when was it? Late 80s this came out?
86.
86, like, I mean, a strong leading woman wasn't a huge thing at the time, and she hit the mark. Like, she is so good in this movie. I mean, I really like what they did with her.
It's written and directed by James Cameron, who's the guy that directed Terminator with Sarah Connor, who's another phenomenal female character.
Do you think T2 is better than the first one? Because I haven't seen T2. I've only seen the first Terminator.
What? Yes, it is better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh.
Did James Cameron do that one too?
Mm-hmm. And that's why I'm so excited for Avatar: The Way of Water, because James Cameron does not miss on sequels.
Yeah, we still need a Titanic sequel. to see somehow we'll get a sequel out of Titanic. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But yeah, I absolutely she is the best part of that movie. So what they did 100%. With her, I thought was great. Yeah.
Yeah. And just her relationship with Newt and seeing her, this movie just really, I think this movie did what Multiverse of Madness failed to do, and that's writing a strong mother. Because Multiverse of Madness almost made it seem like she was an evil mother, and it's like, I don't know if I want to root for her or not.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I really liked her relationship with Newt. I thought that was great. And I thought that, has the Newt actress done anything since?
Nope. She's a teacher now.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, I love what they did with her, and I thought throwing Newt into the equation made it interesting because she had something besides herself to care for, I guess,
Let me ask you this. Did you watch the director's cut by any chance?
Well,
you probably don't even know.
Think so.
Okay.
I wouldn't know, but I don't think so because I don't remember seeing that on like Amazon or wherever I rented it from.
Okay. Do you remember the first time you saw Newt?
Yeah,
was it when she ran out in front of them, or was it when she was with her parents?
No, she just ran out in front of them, I think.
Okay, so you didn't watch
when they were like
cut.
checking, because I think it was when like they saw like those holes burnt into the metal, right? When they were kind of like doing the search there.
Okay, so right. the first time you saw Newt was after once they already arrived.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. The director's cut is better. I think it adds just a few more scenes. and it goes into Ripley's daughter a little bit too. There's a scene where
Really?
when Ripley finds out, it's when you as an audience member finds out that Ripley has a daughter, and it's when Ripley, and it's when Ripley finds out that her daughter died at age like 60 something.
Oh, because she was asleep for like what, 57 years?
57 years, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah,
crazy.
and then there's a scene with Newt and her parents and her brother. Overall, I think the director's cut is good. I think it's better. I think I prefer to watch the director's cut. I do have this that I want to show the people that are watching. I have a copy of the script that I bought in Seattle.
Cool.
If you've ever been to Seattle and you've been to Pike's Place and you've been to the comic shop, you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it's just the screenplay, and I think it's the director's cut because I'm pretty sure I've read the whole thing, but it was so long ago. But I'm pretty sure it has the scene with Newt's family in it.
That's awesome. I'll have to watch the director's cut at some point. We should do watch parties once we have a bigger audience.
Yeah,
like a live watch party would be really cool.
Yeah. Okay, now what did you think of the reveal of the Queen? Because they talked about it. They talk about it a little bit at a certain part of the movie because they're like, all right, so there's a bunch. There's over 100 of these eggs. Who's laying these eggs? And they're like, I don't know. It must be something we haven't seen.
That's right.
And
I'm trying to remember how. Oh, was it the shot where? Okay, I think I remember. And like she kind of like did this kind of thing. Like she kind of crept up and like kind of grew almost, like stood up almost.
Well, when she first sees her, when Ripley first sees the Queen, it's when she's rescuing Newt, and she's running out of the nest with Newt in her arms, and she has the pulse rifle and the flamethrower duct taped together, and she's running out of the nest, and then she stops. And she slowly turns around, and it shows this big, and it has like that big crown looking thing, and or you know what? Right. Hang on, wait right here. Entertain the audience. 2 seconds.
All right. How's your day, guys? What do you?
I'm back.
What the fuck? Pretty underwhelming entertainment. Sorry, guys.
Hang on. Dude,
we may just cut this.
I have a Funko Pop of the Queen.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool.
So
that's very cool.
And then I also have a Funko Pop of Ripley in the Power Loader.
That's so cool.
So they go together.
That was an awesome scene.
One of the most iconic one-liners of all time.
Oh, what'd she say? She calls her a bitch or something like that, right?
Yeah, she's like, "Get away from her, you bitch."
That's right. Oh man, dude,
so good.
She is just so good. I mean, Sigourney Weaver is just so fucking good. Oh man, she was absolutely the best part. As I was watching, I was just like, she's fucking cool. Like she's awesome.
Yeah, and then Hicks is great. Hudson, I really liked Hudson. I was pretty sad when he died.
I'm bad with names.
Okay.
Which one is the cyborg?
Hudson. Oh, the Bishop.
Bishop. Okay.
It got ripped in half.
Yes.
He's an android, not a cyborg. 100% a robot.
That's right.
With the knife fight. I can do that.
Can you? Oh, that's right. I remember like that first shot. It was going so fast. I was like, what? And then they were like, yeah, he's not a human. I was like, okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Hudson is the one played by Bill Paxton. Rest in peace.
Okay.
He's the one that was like, game over, man, game over. He's the one that whined a lot. He was the comic relief of the movie.
Got it. Yeah.
And then
he did die.
Yeah, he got dragged under the grates, and it was very sad, but also a great action scene. And another thing I love about this movie, and I don't know if you realize this your first time watching it, but there's a certain moment in that movie that when it gets to the moment, it is nonstop action until the credits.
Is it before you think there's relief, or is it like right then and there?
It's actually the scene that is your background.
Oh,
it's like,
okay. This is when she's locked in the room with Newt, right? This shot. Yeah, that's right, dude. That's a great scene. That is a great scene. And I remember like she's like trying to hold it off, and then they're pulling it off, and it's like kind of like trying to like, dude, yeah. Yeah, dude, that I didn't really think about that. But you're right. It's just as soon as that scene happens, it's just nonstop fucking nuts. And
and it's fucking awesome.
And then I thought the movie was over when you think everything's okay, when they get to the ship or whatever. And then what is it? Something like drops down, right?
The
like
acid blood.
Yeah. And then the android, I forget whatever his name is.
Bishop.
Fucking gets like, oh my god, dude, that like broke my heart. I was like, no. Luckily he was fine because he's not.
He's an android.
Person,
he'll get over it.
And like got ripped in half and was just kind of hanging around. Dude, it was a great scene. Like that was my favorite scene, is when I thought it was over, and then it definitely wasn't over.
Yeah. And then you get just such that. I mean, it's the 80s, so obviously the fight isn't going to be like super, fast paced and stuff. But the stakes behind it is what makes it so fucking good. You know?
And it holds up. Like that scene holds up. There's just like one shot where you can tell it's a miniature Sigourney Weaver, like a little puppet. There's like one shot, but everything else like looks great.
There's a couple of shots with the Queen where you can see the mechanics.
Oh, really?
Like it's brief. It's very brief, but it's like, oh, hey, look, there's a it's
that's funny.
I was gonna say, so what would you rate it on Letterboxd, and then like out of 10?
I can check what I gave it on Letterboxd. I think I gave it a 4 on Letterboxd.
This is a 5 out of 5 movie for me. This is one of
This. Go ahead.
This is my favorite movie after Star Wars.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it has some significance in your life as well. Like, this has been a favorite since you were young, right?
I watched it when I was like 13.
Yeah, so it's like a which makes sense, and it's a great movie. I give it a 4. It may be higher on a second watch, and also with the first one being fresher to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though I knew it happened, and honestly, this movie would still be enjoyable without even seeing the first one, to be honest. It's just a lot, obvious, as all sequels are much better if you have seen the first one, but I think it may be up to it like a 9, like a 4.5. If the first one was fresher, and if I watch it again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
for me it's a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 100%. Perfect. It's a perfect movie. I think it's absolutely flawless.
It is great. It's there are I don't think I like had anything wrong with it. I just like wasn't blown away, like in terms of like, oh, this is just, what I mean. But it was really great, obviously, and I do really like it. I would definitely watch it again. Like I would love to do like a double feature at some point, like first and second.
Double features are fun with Alien and Aliens. I have them quite often.
I'm sure, and it's. I understand why you like it a little bit more, why most people do, because it just kind of made what was good about the first one and amplified it. You know what I mean? Amped it up, and James Cameron, knows what he's doing, obviously, and so it's like it's. I think it's got better character work than the first one. Not that the first one doesn't have good character work, but this one really gives Sigourney Weaver like something to work with.
The first one. The reason why she doesn't even have a whole lot of character work is because the movie was supposed to mislead you as her with her as the main character. You know, like you as an audience member, you're not supposed to suspect her being the last one because it's the 70s and, you know, having a woman be the main character, having a woman being the survivor was not very common. So obviously, like you can tell with the first movie, they were setting up Tom Skerritt's character Dallas to be the main character, and then he's like the third one to die.
Was she? You'll have to remind me. Was she like super badass in the first one or no?
I mean, she was more scared than anything.
So you know, she was super badass in the second.
Yes, she
was. Like she was fucking awesome in the second one.
And not even with the action scenes, but also just the opening with her talking to the board. You know, in the meeting room.
Yeah.
And she is just ripping their heads off, and she's like, "Did IQs drop sharply while I was away?"
Yeah, and she's like, "Hey, take this. Like, I've seen this firsthand. You need to take this fucking serious."
Yeah,
and she like that was like the scene where I was like, "She is really good, and she knows what she's doing. Like she is really fantastic."
Yeah.
I'm a much bigger fan of hers now, than I was beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
She's great. And I'm really excited for her to be in to see her in Avatar 2.
Yeah.
Because she's like playing their kid, which is, I saw the trailer with her voice as a kid. I was like, that's kind of weird.
I know. I was like, you didn't like alter the pitch or anything?
Yeah, I was like, that's really strange. Like, it's just short Sigourney Weaver and blue. Like, it's really weird.
I'm still excited. I'm more excited. I'm excited than most people. I'm more excited than most people.
I'm pretty excited. I like the first one.
I love
like
the first
I feel
one,
like I feel like a lot of people have like kind of turned on the first one. They're like, "Oh, it's people only like it because it was such a big deal at the time." And I'm like, "True, but it also is a good movie."
I mean,
you know,
sure,
like it's a good movie.
It's basically the same plot as Dances with Wolves. You
or
know,
like
people
Pocahontas or like
like it's a very generic storyline, but it still does a cool take on it. You know, like, and the whole Avatar thing in general, you know, going into an alien.
Yeah. And it's not just an action movie where the white man comes and messes everything up again. There are really great characters in it and like great moments, like great emotional moments. Like I think I haven't seen it in a long time. Like the first time he walks in the Avatar's body.
Yes.
Like that is a great scene.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna rewatch it before the new one comes out because I haven't seen it in a long time, but I do really like it.
There's a lot of things in Avatar that are directly influenced by aliens. First of all, the mech suits.
Dude, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, this is like pre-Avatar because it's just like less savvy, like the mech suits. Like it's I forgot to say that. That's exactly what I thought when I was watching it.
And then the helicopter pilot from Avatar. Do you remember her?
Yeah, the one that's like she like plays. She's good, but she's like the same character in every movie.
Yeah. She's
like the Latin lady who's like in the new Dungeons and Dragons movie as yet another badass. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You can't deny though that she is directly influenced by Vasquez in Aliens. You know
I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, they are the same character, which is fine. I'm just saying, like, it's James Cameron, you know, working. He's really good at writing some badass women.
Yeah, and she's great in the Avatar. I was really bummed when she died in Avatar because she's great.
She is. Really
she's one of my favorite characters in that movie. Yeah, maybe we'll do an episode on Avatar at some point. We have to kind of figure out how we want to deep dive into movies.
You know, I have a really funny segue going from Aliens to The Social Network, and that's that Aliens, Alien and Aliens are great movies, right? And Aliens handles these characters so well, and not only does it build up on Ripley's character, but also introduces us to two very loved characters, Newt and Hicks, right? And then, what, did you not like them?
No, I'm just confused about where we're going with this, but I'm interested.
And then
keep going.
Alien 3.
Haven't seen it.
Don't watch it.
Okay.
It is awful, and it shits. It shits on everything that Aliens did.
James Cameron did it?
No.
Got it.
And
Who did?
hang on.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
It literally kills off Newt and Hicks in the open off screen, basically.
That's dumb.
Yeah, like they're not in the movie. It kills them off screen.
Or
Ripley?
Ripley?
Yeah, because the shuttle crashes on some prison planet, and that's where the movie takes place, is on a prison planet. And so Hicks and Newt pretty much die on impact, and then Ripley's the only survivor. And that movie was directed by David Fincher.
Holy shit, that's so crazy.
Who directed The Social Network?
That's so funny, dude. You know what we need to do? We need to try to, at some point, try to figure out how every movie is connected. Every movie ever is
like
connected. We have to figure that out.
Kevin Bacon thing. Have you heard about that?
No.
Where it's like you have to find ways to connect Kevin Bacon through like every movie or something like that.
No, but that's so funny. Like even movies he's not in.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
We got to figure out like, okay, so when did Andrew Garfield, like when did his character in The Social Network get bitten by the spider to become Spider-Man? Like we have to figure out how every movie connects.
Like connect every movie
ever.
Because I was talking like you take a movie and it's like, hey, look at this cast. Well, this actor was in this movie with this actor, who was in this movie with this actor, who was in this movie with Kevin Bacon.
That's good though. That's smart. But we need to be like, okay, so Mark Zuckerberg is essentially Lex Luthor, and that's why after he created Facebook, he tried to kill Superman.
There you go.
That's
you
it.
Go. There it is.
That's it. All right. This is one of my all-time favorite movies. It's in my top 10 for sure. I don't know where. I got to figure it out. But I hadn't seen it until 2020. COVID. I was inside, obviously, so I wouldn't die. And so I was like, oh, this movie's on Netflix. I've never seen it. I'm going to watch it. Blew me away. What did you think? Did you like it?
I hated every second of it.
I thought you would.
No, I really I loved it. I'm a sucker for biopics, and I think this is a great biopic. It's not my favorite biopic, but I absolutely loved it. Andrew Garfield as Eduardo, obviously, I mean, he's everyone's favorite. His performance though was, and the fact that this is pre-Spider-Man too, like because I was introduced to Andrew through The Amazing Spider-Man.
Me too.
Yeah.
I mean, I was 10 and you were 12, so obviously we hadn't seen The Social Network or Boy A or other movies that had been in. So yeah, me too. And
I want to know what it was like to watch The Social Network and then hear that he's going to be playing Spider-Man. You know? Because when I found out that he was playing Spider-Man, I was like, okay, I don't know who he is.
Yeah. Andrew Garfield, this was like the beginning of him being a known, like a household name, big. Like this was a great move for his career. And obviously him being ridiculously talented as well. But, you know.
Yeah. And as you can see, my background is like my favorite part of the movie. I think it's everyone's favorite part, honestly.
It's a great scene. Apparently they did it like 48 times and he smashed like 50 computers and and Andrew Garfield said that he and Jesse became very good friends during the filming, but it put a strain on their relationship because of how they had to act towards each other in the movie. And I like, that's just so crazy to me that how acting works. But yeah, dude, this scene, oh my, we'll get to it. But yeah, what did you? I want to know what you rated it out of 10, or what would you rate it? I guess.
Let me see if I did already. I'm going to IMDb.
Yeah, this movie's a 5 out of 5 for me, 10 out of 10 for me. I think it's so great. I think it looks amazing. I think the score is amazing.
I give it a 9 out of 10.
And that's fair because only your top 10 are 10 out of 10s, right?
I'm very picky with my 10 out of 10s.
Yeah.
And same with my Letterboxd 5 out of 5s. And so Letterboxd, I probably give it like a 4.5.
Yeah, which is great. I mean, that's a great rating for like a movie that's not in your top 10 because it's oh my god. What did you have any expectations going into it, or like did you think you'd like it?
It wasn't what I was expecting for it to be going back and forth with the trial and not necessarily the trial, but them talking, and then showing what happened, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
Because it was like they would talk about it, and then I'm thinking like, ooh, I kind of want to see that, and then they would show it.
Yeah,
they would show it happen.
I could be wrong because I haven't seen it in maybe a year or so, but when he like you don't really know what's going on until they go, because he's my best friend. He goes, well, your best friend's suing you for $600 million, and you're like, whoa,
yes,
whoa, what happened here?
That hit me too, yeah,
dude. That oh man, wow.
And then I thought it was kind of funny how like it started off as like a smash or pass thing.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't know most of what the movie was talking about, but yeah, it was like comparing them to farm animals was like the original idea.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no,
and
it's
then it
more
was like left
a,
or right.
It's like Tinder almost, kind of. But no, not really. Like Tinder, it was comparing.
It was comparing, yeah.
It was
like
left
or right, yeah.
Yeah,
which is horrible.
It's terrible.
Shitty.
But I don't know how true that is. I think that part's true, but I know that it didn't happen because his girlfriend broke up with him, because he had the same girlfriend. Like his wife now was his girlfriend before he had Facebook. So really? Like that part is a little fabricated.
They did break up though, right?
I don't know.
In real life?
To my knowledge, I don't think so from what I read. I could be wrong, but that I think I read like a 10 things they got wrong and 10 things they got right type of article, and it was saying like, no, his girlfriend didn't break up with him, like they've been dating since before he created Facebook. Now his wife, but they might have at the time. But it wouldn't be surprising if the left or right game was how it started, because Mark Zuckerberg is not a good person from what we know,
And what's funny is I want to know if he was like in any sort of disapproval with this movie, like how it made him look. Because even if it's real or not, people are going to see this movie and immediately think that he did it. He did all this stuff.
Yeah. I don't...
So I want to know, because like with the founder, showing you that Ray Kroc was not a good guy. Ray Kroc's already dead, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah. I think he had issue with it, to my like from what I have seen. But also, if you did bad stuff, and you can't be upset that people know, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, like I thought Jesse Eisenberg was a great choice.
Yes, he was so awkward and really fucking good. I can't imagine anyone else doing it.
He's douchey. Yeah. I mean, he's really douchey and confident for such a nerd. Like he sold that free software, or Microsoft offered him. Microsoft tried to buy whatever software from him, and he gave it out for free instead. So like obviously super smart guy, but yeah, like he was like a very like confident douchebag, who didn't really have many friends, obviously, and then screwed them all over, and now he's a billionaire. Dude, Facebook is almost 20 years old. That is so crazy.
I never use it. I only use it really for Marketplace.
Really?
That's the only reason I have it, at least. I mean, that's the only reason I have the app. I made Facebook I definitely made Facebook when I was too young.
Yeah, me too. You lied about your age.
So, what's the age?
I think it's 13.
What's the age? Like 13?
I think it's 13.
Yeah, I was like 11 or 12.
Yeah, I was like 9.
Facebook.
I was like 9 when I did it.
Yeah. And I've had the same one, but you could see I never, ever use it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I maybe update. The only reason I had to update my picture was because the picture I had was a picture of me and a person that I'm not in a relationship with anymore.
Fair enough.
And I didn't even realize it. It was like the other day I go onto my Facebook app to go on a Marketplace, and then I see my profile picture, and I was like, ugh, gotta change that.
That's funny. But yeah, like Jesse Eisenberg and Andrew Garfield is like the best part of this movie. Well, I mean, there's a lot of great parts, but like
100%.
he is like
He's
the
the
heart
best.
of this movie. Yeah.
Yes.
Because
yes.
he makes some questionable decisions, but he overall is like the best person in the movie.
He's out of all of them, he's the one I want to be friends with.
Yeah, dude. Oh man. When they put like the thing in the article about the chicken or whatever, and then like during this scene that your back friend is like, "What the hell's the chicken? Please tell me what the chicken is about."
Yeah.
Dude,
and then he's like, this is because what was the like frat group that he got into that he had to do the chicken thing for? What was it called?
Fuck. The something. Is this because I got into the something? I forget.
Yeah, and he's like, this is because I got into shit. I forgot what it's called.
Dude, yeah, it's oh my god, it's whatever. Yeah, dude, oh my god, like this, the movie's just so beautifully crafted to where like I don't know, I just love it. I mean, you care about the characters a lot, and you care about what's going on, and the back and forth is great. I also didn't know who Armie Hammer was at the time, so when I found out that they weren't twins, I was like, holy shit. That looks...
But they are twins. It's Armie Hammer and then Navy Hatchet.
Yeah, he told me that joke before we started recording, and it was just as unfunny then as well. Just so you guys know.
No, fuck you, it's funny. But Armie Hammer actually was a twin. Armie Hammer actually was a twin. He ate the other one.
Stop. It's like Dwight from The Office saying he absorbed his twin in the womb, and now he has the strength of a grown man and a tiny baby. Dude, yeah, I didn't know, and like the movie, even now knowing that it's VFX, it's you can tell how they did it, but you can't tell who is fake.
You know what I really liked about it is that it wasn't like The Parent Trap, where it was just Lindsay Lohan twice
side by side.
Yeah, they actually made the other I don't know which one, but they made the other twin slightly different. Like not only his hair, but like I was able to kind of tell like there was some stuff that I was like, that looks more like a twin than a clone.
Yes, absolutely.
You know?
Yeah, and that's why it's believable. And there's also like the shots like of them rowing or whatever. Like it's like that's a great shot because it's I think it like pans kind of around, and you would I had no idea. I didn't know Armie Hammer. If you didn't know Armie Hammer, you'd have no idea.
I think I was introduced to Armie Hammer with Lone Ranger, which was a big.
Oh my god!
That's the movie where that's
Johnny
the movie
Depp.
where Johnny Depp plays the native, and then people were really upset.
Dude, that movie. I love the Lone Ranger series from like the 60s or whatever. I've seen the movie, but I don't remember it being good.
I don't remember enjoying it. Huh?
I forgot that Armie Hammer was the Lone Ranger. I don't think I've seen him in anything else besides The Social Network and The Lone Ranger, which is like shitty movie, incredible movie.
He's in Sorry to Bother You, which is really good.
Heard of it, haven't seen it though.
Stanfield.
Haven't seen it.
It's weird. It's so weird, but it's really good. For years, Armie Hammer was my number one fan cast for a DC EU Green Lantern.
Like for Hal?
And now that for Hal, yeah, not for John.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, like, there's a lot of Green Lanterns out there. I don't know. Do the Scarlett Johansson thing, where she plays an Asian lady. Isn't that what happened? Didn't Scarlett Johansson play an Asian lady and everybody was mad at her?
It was in like Ghost in the Shell or something. I don't know. I don't really care for anime movies, and I don't care for the anime adaptations.
Yeah, I don't care about anime either.
Yeah. Sorry. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say that anime fucking sucks. I'm just saying it's not for me. If
yeah,
you
absolutely.
Like all my friends like anime. Perfectly fine. Perfectly okay with that. I'm saying not for me. Sorry.
Not my thing. Not my thing. Maybe we'll do an episode on Spirited Away, but I don't really like that movie very much.
You know what movie is better than Spirited Away? That's a anime. It's a Studio Ghibli movie. Princess Mononoke.
I've heard it's really good. Haven't seen it though.
That movie's fucking incredible. Like
really?
I don't even like anime, but I will admit a good movie when I see one. That movie is fucking incredible.
I'll maybe you'll pick it for me at some point. Yeah, dude. What was your what was your favorite scene in The Social Network? Oh wait, it's this one probably, right?
Yeah.
Dude, we could talk for hours about.
I didn't have my Prada out the dry cleaners along with my hoodie and my fuck you flip flops. You pretentious douchebag. Where he's like, I'm not coming back for 30%. I'm coming back for all of it. And I was like, oh my god, Andrew, I gotta change my pants now.
Yeah, lawyer up, asshole, dude, right there. Oh my god.
Yeah. And then when what's Justin Timberlake's guy's name? I gotta look it up real quick.
He says I am something Parker. It's something Parker. It's like
Sean Parker.
Sean Parker.
And when he like gives him the check and he's like, you won't be able to cash it though because the accounts are frozen or something like that. And then he goes in.
Yeah, dude.
And then he flinches and he's like, I always like standing next to you, Parker. Or Sean.
Dude.
It always makes me feel so tough.
Oh my.
And I was like, fuck yes.
And
Andrew, fuck yes.
And like around that time, they go back to the courtroom or whatever, and he's like, "Did you know at the time you were signing your death certificate?" I was like, "Wow, dude, the dialogue in this movie is so good,
really good.
It's so good. Oh my god,
I think
like there
Andrew would be a really good Spider-Man.
Yeah, probably, maybe.
I don't know. He might be a little too cool.
We are gonna do that. Will be the longest episode of the Flix Capacitor podcast. Is the Amazing Spider-Man, like us defending those movies? Absolutely.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
we have to get somebody on that hates them. We have to debate them. But anyway, back to
just gang up on them.
Fuck you. Oh, dude, we did that clip from that cartoon. Oh, dude, what's that Cartoon Network show with like the Grim Reaper, Billy and Mandy? I'm talking about. Yeah, it is like, that movie isn't stupid. You're stupid. Yeah, dude. Andrew Garfield in this movie is just, I mean, everyone's incredible in this movie. Like, this is solid acting from start to finish from everybody, but he is incredible. And the scene where he shows up at the house in LA. Oh my god. And he's like in the rain and he'd been like flying and in meetings.
And he was waiting there for an hour, and then Mark just like wakes up and he's like, "Oh, Wardo, what are you doing here?"
Yeah, hey buddy. Like, oh my god. And then Sean is like fucking with some like 19-year-olds or something like that. Something weird.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think it was illegal.
Shit,
yeah, but he was doing some shitty shit.
Drugs are illegal.
That's true. That's right. Yeah.
He was doing that. Yeah.
Nothing sexually illegal, we should say. I don't think. But he is unlikable, and Jesse Eisenberg just keeps getting more unlikable. But also, you kind of like him at the same time, Jesse Eisenberg. Because he's got some great one-liners, like when I forget what he says, but like when he asks like if he has his full attention, and he's like,
that's the scene I was thinking of when you're
I forget what he says, but it's something like,
he's like, do you think I deserve your full attention?
Oh yes, yeah.
Like,
and that line, and then the line, dude, there's some great lines. And when he's saying if you, I don't remember what he said, but he's like, if you had invented Facebook, you would have invented Facebook, or whatever that line was. You know what I'm talking about? Where they were saying like, you stole our idea. It was like, if you invented Facebook, you would have invented Facebook, and that was it. And I think it's still like an ongoing, did he steal the idea thing like today? Because he like kind of did at first, but it became something pretty completely different than what they originally had in mind.
Yeah, because what they originally had was just a Harvard thing.
Yeah, like a Harvard. I mean, it was a social network, but it wasn't Facebook. You know what it is today. And
but then he turned it into the Facebook.
Yeah,
and then that's the one thing that Sean Parker had a good idea was drop the.
Yeah, that's right.
Facebook.
Oh, and he was flirting with London Tipton, right? Wasn't London from, right?
I was so surprised to see Brenda Song, and I was like, "Holy shit! That London being smart, what?"
Me too. Oh my god, dude! Another big thing about the movie is the score. Even it's very simple, but it's very cool. I think it works with the movie so well.
It did work. That is something that did stand out to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there'd be moments where it'd be nothing but piano.
Yes, dude. Oh yeah, like the opening theme. Where it's like just the string and then a little bit on piano, and then sometimes it's completely electronic, and it all works so well. And like the scene where they're in like the rowing competition, and the music is just building and building and building. I mean, dude, I love this movie so much. I don't know what else to really talk about, but because like we're gonna do a deep dive on this movie at some point, I'm sure. Do you have any final thoughts on The Social Network before we end it?
I'm excited to rewatch it. I'm excited to show it to people. Yep. I mean, it was a great movie.
It is a great movie.
I have a friend that told me to watch it that I talked about in a previous episode.
That's right, you did.
If you're listening to this, I watched it and I liked it. So
and if you're
now
not,
you have to watch. Because
if you're not listening to it, you're a piece of shit. So.
She hasn't seen the Goonies, so you have to watch the Goonies now. If you're listening to this, you have to watch the Goonies now.
Oh, we have to do a deep dive on the Goonies. Oh my God, the Goonies is so good. I'm gonna get a. Oh my God, dude. Okay, we'll talk about the Goonies another time. We don't need to talk about this right now. I don't think I have any more thoughts on The Social Network without like really, really getting into it. I think it's perfect. I don't think I would change anything about it.
Yeah, no, I don't really have any problems with it. I thought it was fucking great.
It's a great movie, and it gets really great. I mean, some movies don't really hold up on a rewatch, but this one definitely does. And
I think this one will for sure.
Yeah, it's really cool rewatching it actually because the first time you don't super know what's going on the entire time, and then once you do, it's very it's really, really, really cool. And some of the best movie quotes of all time, arguably, are in this movie. I mean, the scene right behind you.
This scene, yeah.
You still wired in? Oh my God, dude. Gosh, dude. I think they shot that like 48 times or something insane like that. And
you said
Andrew Garfield said it was like the most exhausting day of his life. I was like, yeah, I bet. Dude, because he's like walking, he's like, Mark. He's like screaming at him. He's like, oh, he's wired in. Oh, is he? Bam, dude. Oh my God.
Yeah, I love how Sean says he's wired in, like that's gonna stop him.
Yeah, he just like, what? It'd be so funny if he just stopped. He's like, oh, okay. I'll talk later.
Like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean. Sorry, my bad. Sorry, okay, goodbye.
Right, yeah, like right before that, it's just silent, and you just see him in the room with the closed doors, and you see his reaction to seeing the content.
Yes, and he's just like, what is this? What is this?
God. Oh my God!
And then, you know who else is in this movie?
Who?
Timmy from Jurassic Park.
That's right. You were okay. I forgot to recreate the moment. What? That's so crazy. The guy from Queen was in Jurassic Park. Wow.
Yeah. For those of you that are confused, before we recorded, we were talking about the episode, what to do in the episode just a little bit, and Parker was like, oh yeah, and the bassist from Queen from Bohemian Rhapsody is in this movie, and I'm like, yeah, dude, it's Timmy from Jurassic Park, and he was like, what the fuck?
Dude, there was another okay, do you watch Big Bang Theory?
I've seen it, but I don't watch it.
Do you know like the main, like Leonard, the shorter guy with the glasses?
Yeah, from
he was a kid actor,
Vacation.
Christmas Vacation, that's what it was. I read somewhere that he was the kid, and I was like, is it Jurassic Park?
Vacation.
It wasn't Jurassic Park, it was Christmas Vacation. That's right.
Because I remember watching Big Bang Theory and being like, holy shit, that's Russ from Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, dude. And he quit acting for a long time until he got the Big Bang Theory, I think. Like he didn't do a ton in between anything. Yeah. But that's whatever. So thanks. I mean, Christmas is coming. We're gonna start doing Christmas movies soon. We'll do like a month of Christmas somehow.
We'll do an entire episode dedicated to the greatest Christmas movie ever, Die Hard.
Dude, I watched it for the first time last year, ever.
It's so good.
It is really good.
It's so fucking good.
Literally just got done listening to a different podcast talk about Die Hard, and I wouldn't go as far as saying it's a Christmas movie, but I think the best time to watch it is Christmas time. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Because you could take Christmas out of the equation, and the movie would be just as good. Almost just as good, I'd say.
Listen.
Okay.
Technically speaking, is it a Christmas movie? No. traditionally speaking, is it a Christmas movie? Absolutely. And Christmas is all about traditions. End of period.
That's true. However,
End of discussion.
It's like, okay, if you took Christmas out of the equation and it's just a work party, this movie is still just as good. You know what I mean?
Okay, but it's not. It's Christmas.
I'm aware. I'm just saying it's also like oh fuck, what's that other movie?
Because he's trying to get home in time for Christmas to his kids.
That's true.
He came for Christmas.
That's true. But the story is still there whether it's Christmas or not. You know what I mean? The heart of them, which oh my god,
that's such a
really
bullshit. That's such a bullshit.
It is though, because it's like, okay,
being like, oh well, this movie would be different without this. It's like, no shit, it'd be different, but it's not. That is what the movie is.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be that different, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, if you took Christmas out of the equation, it's just a birthday party, and he's trying to get there for his kid's birthday. You wouldn't be like, that's a birthday movie. You only watch that.
Fuck
on
you,
birthday.
Parker.
Yeah, that's so funny. Yeah, well, we maybe by then we'll start doing deep dives. I just feel like we need to get like more into the swing of things because this is only episode 4. And so we need to get more into the swing of things before we deep dive on movies, because in 100 episodes, we're going to be like, we should not have wasted episode 7 on the best movie ever made. That was a horrible idea. You know what I mean? We'll figure it out. But yeah, I have nothing left to say. I don't think I do. Oh
no, just follow us. Oh, go ahead.
We may start uploading on Fridays, where it may be easier for us. It'll give us more time to edit and stuff. So we may start uploading on Fridays.
We're thinking about it. We're considering it.
We'll see. Not that affects you guys very much. I don't think this is going to be a 2-parter, to be honest. It might be, but half of this time was us figuring out why I couldn't see you. So,
right.
I don't know. But yeah, I loved Aliens. I'm glad you loved The Social Network.
Love Social Network.
We'll do episodes. We'll do episodes on both of them for sure, because they're both worth an episode, I think. Yeah. Just to talk about them, we'll do deep dive.
Hours about Aliens.
Yeah, and
it's
really
for hours
good
about that franchise.
And we could. We know, and also we are gonna have guests on at some point. There are a lot of TikTok people who have expressed interest, and so we will definitely have maybe someone who doesn't like the Alien franchise or something like that. I think that would be fun, and have you guys, yell at each other. But yeah,
I'd rather have someone that's racist beyond than someone that doesn't like it.
Well, according to the last episode, you're racist and a sexist, so we've marked those 2 off.
And homophobic.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to bring it up.
Gay people scare me.
Sorry.
This is all a joke. I don't want to get canceled. This is all a joke.
The next episode is just me like, they killed Bro. They got to. They found his address. But yeah, I love both these movies. I will definitely watch Aliens again. I'm sure you'll watch The Social Network again. Maybe we'll do a live watch party with both of them at some point. Like, I think we should definitely do that. I think it'd be fun.
With both of them.
That'd be at the same time. At the same time. Oh my god, that'd be really good.
We have 2 eyes for a reason.
That'd be really fun. No, you should be watching The Social Network and I'll be watching Aliens, and we'll both be trying to talk to each other about them at the same time. Oh, you know what we should do? Have you seen the YouTube video of when they played every MCU movie at once? It's like all 27 playing at the exact same time. We have to do a watch party of that and try to focus on each and every one.
Oh god.
It's really chaotic. It's just like 3 hours of nonstop noise. It's not fun. But yeah, this ending is going on way too long. So thank you for listening. We appreciate you. We'll see you next Wednesday. Follow our socials, which we'll tag at the end, and see you next Wednesday, potentially Friday. Do you like Aliens and The Social Network? Message us on Instagram or comment on YouTube or on TikTok and let us know.
Yep.
Holy shit, my mom just scared me so bad. I thought she was gone, and I just hear footsteps down the stairs. All right, have fun. Love you. All right, everybody, my mom.
Love you.
Broen says he loves you. She said, okay, love you. Bye.
Yes.
Broen's going to date my mom. Let's go.
Tell her to call me back.
Let's go. She's bad at calling back. But, yeah, thank you guys for listening. Love you. Bye.
Right. Love you. Bye.